I've got some good news.
I heard a ringing bell this morning, and it woke me from a dream. And in that dream I heard a warning, saying leave the rest, take only what you.
So the news I've got for you today is that after I made that video called Why I Quit Mountain Running, today I'm going to be talking about why I'm starting to mountain run again. And I'm going to talk about that while climbing up the two tallest mountains in Northern Ireland, Slieve Commodore, which you can just about see picking up over there, and over there, Slieve Donard, on an absolutely glorious but swelteringly warm day. So let's go have a bit of an adventure and a chat. If you're wondering why I haven't done much running yet, 3 reasons. 1, my running fitness is terrible at the minute. 2, my asthma's playing up. My lungs feel like they're on fire. And 3, it's 21 degrees Celsius and there isn't a breath of air and I'm overheating. Right, okay. So I guess in summary, the reason I stopped mountain running was back in 2022. So 3 years ago now, September 2022, I ran what was my last, I didn't realise at the time, my last official mountain race. What was it, 18 miles, 2,500 metres of vertical, Ring of Steel in Scotland. Amazing race, amazing route, but following that, a catalogue of getting really stressed with work, my asthma, playing up a lot more, picking up multiple injuries on my feet, and just, yeah, general other chaos going on meant that I stopped mountain running. And I also started to resent it because I was spending all my time in the mountains on my own doing these long, sad runs that at the start were amazing because I had somewhere like this to myself. But once it became commonplace and I was just driving 3 hours to go and run for 5-6 hours and then drive straight home again, and the novelty and the enjoyment gets sucked out of it. But probably the big reason was putting a bit of weight, and my mountain fitness, running fitness went through the floor, and I've never managed to get up to that fitness level where it's been really enjoyable, and that kind of ruined it for me. So what's changed this year? Well, this year my work stresses that were stressing me are largely gone. My health is much better. I'm currently not injured, so I'm just in a much better place to get out running again. That, and I now have a goal to work forward to. I like these trees. They're like little weather-beaten and weather-created bonsai trees. Much like people who've had a hard life. Those trees are probably much older than they look, but I think because they've been growing up here, right on the edge, right in this wind corridor, it's probably stunted their growth. But as a result, they've grown short, they've grown stocky, and they've grown strong because they've had to do it entirely on their own. And if I was wanting to get pretentious, I would say there's a life lesson in that. And you know what? There is. They bite. 3 years after I did my last mountain race, there is a new race back in the same area, and it's called the Steel Marathon, and I'm going to go and run it in September in Scotland. The new Steel Marathon is, well, it's marathon distance, it's 26 miles. It's in the mountains, but unlike the Ring of Steel, it's not going over all of the summits. It's going beneath them, so it's got slightly less elevation over a longer distance. It's a lot more runnable, and also it means I could train for it easier on a wider variety of trails. This staircase section for me has always been like a really good barometer of my mountain fitness, because when I'm well trained, I can run from that river right up to the top of this entire section without stopping. Today, I can barely walk up it, so I got a lot of work to do. I felt that doing the Steel Marathon would be a good comeback, because that was the last race I did before I lost all my fitness. It's somewhere interesting, and yeah, I think it's just a good target to work for. And it's also something I've never done. I've never run more than 20 miles in the mountains, and that's a 26-mile race, so a bit different as well. A mistake I think I made last year was I decided to train for a run ultra, but it wasn't a mountain ultra. It was a sort of urban, a flat ultra along a canal, 40 miles, and I don't regret doing it, but I would not be doing it again. Well, I was running for 9 miles, mostly on, not 9 miles, 9 hours, mostly on my own, very flat terrain along a beautiful canal. If I'd been out for a couple of hours on somewhere like that, brilliant, but 9 hours, no. By the time I finished, I was just done. Again, I was glad I did it, but I felt less of an achievement doing that distance in that kind of location than I did when I ran a marathon for the very first time, because I hadn't really felt that I'd run it. It was more of a plod, and it was a plod in flat ground where I felt like I should have been able to run. So yeah, that kind of knocked me back a little bit as well. Back behind me, that's the saddle in between Slieve Donard and Slieve Commodore. Slieve Commodore is that one, second tallest mountain in Northern Ireland, 750 metres. Slieve Donard is that way, 850. We're going to go up Slieve Donard first, and then we're going to go up Slieve Commodore and come down a really nice route. But I'm looking up here and I'm actually horrified by what I can see, because I'd heard there'd been damage, but I did not expect there to be this much damage. This is the Mourne Wall, built over 100 years ago to keep sheep out of a water catchment area, out of the reservoirs, and there was a lot of money spent fixing and restoring this wall a few years ago, and Storm Éowyn hit during the winter, and literally that storm, more than hurricane force winds, have blown over large chunks of the wall. Didn't realise it was as bad. I've got a little trick for knowing when there's less than 100 metres to go up Slieve Donard, and it's, if you look over, you'll not be able to see it in this camera, but if you look over the Slieve Commodore, you'll see on the top of it there's a little bump, and that little bump is a summit hut. And if you look closely to the right of that bump, you can just about see the stile that crosses the wall. Well, if you can see the base of that stile, that means you're over 750 metres, because Commodore is 750 metres tall, and the only way you could see the base of that stile is if you're over that height. Slieve Donard is 850, therefore that's how I know I've got less than 100 metres to go. Now of course this doesn't work at all if it's cloudy. I had actually planned to get back onto the mountains and do a few races earlier this year. I planned to start doing the Hill and Dale series, which is currently happening at the minute, but what happened was I injured my Achilles and I injured my groin, and they took 3 months to get over those injuries, so I lost all of my training at the start of the year. So what that means you're gonna get on this channel is you're gonna get to see a lot of my training. I'm gonna document it, I think, as I go, and that training for mountains, and it consists of distance and hill work are the big kind of runs that I'll do. Long days in the mountains, out 5-6 hours, just putting in distance, and then hill specific work, just training, running up hills, and then maybe a little bit of strength work as well. And that's kind of it, and I'll document it and take you along. But there's the summit. Look at the state of this. Absolutely trashed. These people deserve to get eaten by the granite goblin.
Don't get eaten by a granite goblin, it won't end well for you. So pick up your rubbish and bury your poo. Don't get eaten by a granite goblin, he'll give you a fright if he catches you abandoning your tent in the night.
Well, that was Slieve Donard. And now, my favourite part of doing this mountain is I get to run all the way down. Let's go. What is that? A brush. Someone has actually left a brush. Right. Well, that's my brush now. Good day to my granite goblin, won't be well for you. Oh, that's really good. It's made the morns.
Hello, how you doing?
Probably didn't hear a word of that. This is why I don't come up here at the weekends. I've been talking to too many people. I've spent an hour just chatting and doing absolutely no climbing. Commodore Summit. Now this is where you come if you want better views of the mountains and also no crowds, but also for those of you who might be feeling thirsty at this point, cross the stile, follow the wall down about 50 meters or so, and you'll find this. This is Paddy's Pipe, and it is a freshwater spring which produces freezing cold but absolutely delicious and fresh water. No matter how dry it is, it could not rain for weeks and there'll still be ice cold water coming out of this pipe. I think it comes from an aquifer, like deep within the mountain, and it's pushed up, and someone stuck a pipe in it. Obviously the pipe isn't natural, but it's so good. That's my water bottle topped up with Paddy's Finest. So I'm now going to go back up to the summit of Commodore and then going to run down. There's a nice, yeah, it's a nice, I'm so tired. Why am I so tired? Is it hot? It is hot, but oh, I feel like I can't be bothered making a video today if I'm honest, but it was what got me out of the house today. Just keep pushing, Stephen. This is why we do it. Look at that. Coming up, eventually I'll get my energy back. Eventually. I love this run down again. As far as I'm concerned, this is a much superior route to come back down this mountain. People tend to go up the valley there, up the top, and then straight back down again, but just add Commodore on and you get to run down or walk down a nice long sloping descent with the best views. So yeah, if you come up here, do this route. Now the one thing is, this route is not good to do when there's low visibility. It's very, very easy to get lost coming down this way because the trail is not that well defined. It's easy to lose because there's just not that many people coming this way. So if you're going to come down it in low visibility, you really want to have a map or GPS or something with you. I came down this in a like a blizzard. Not quite a blizzard. I came down in low cloud and snow before, and we had to update our direction every minute, every couple of minutes, because we just kept getting turned around because the shape of the land's very, very difficult to read. And if you go the wrong direction, if you go the wrong direction to the right, you could stumble off a precipice. If you go the wrong direction to the left, you could end up in Tollymore Forest, and having added about 5 miles to your journey back home again. But I love it. I mean, look at that. Look at that view. Okay, I found it again. I found it. It's taken me, how long have I been out? It's taken me the 3 hours that I've been out, and I finally my headspace has finally clicked. I've just saw a sudden burst of enthusiasm, joy, and adrenaline as I start to run down, and this is why I love mountain running, and this is why I want to get good at it again. And actually, you know what? And I think you know where this is going. The last part of this run is for me, so I'm going to put the camera away. I'm going to have a great time running back down this mountain, and I probably won't shoot any more footage. So thanks for watching. You can let me know about my plans. Did I explain my plans properly to start mountain running? I don't know. I think this video's been a bit random and rambling. I've been really tired and out of it today, and seeing this downhill stretch is the first time today I felt like really, yes, I just want to go and run. So I'm putting the camera away. You might get a few shots. Thanks for watching.